Today we are playing El Oso, the bear. El Oso is a solitaire game where I am playing against essentially an AI. I am trying to get all my pieces through the board, through the forest, while the bear sends its minions out after me. All of my moves are deliberate, all the bear's moves are random, but the strength of the bear is based on what I do. I'm going to set the game up randomly, and the way that works is I put one chip on every starting space, and then I roll dice for the rest of my chips. These columns are numbered from my perspective, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so a roll of 5 means I put another chip on that column, and I keep doing that until all my chips are placed. If I get a 6 in this, I just re-roll. There's a 2 and a 4. This just gives me a random setup of pieces. It's a little more interesting than always starting the same way. And we do the same thing for the bear. One of the rules for setting up is I can't have a stack taller than 5 pieces. So if I roll a number that's already got 5 on it, I'll just re-roll that. Obviously I re-roll 6s, and now I'm ready to begin. So on my turn, I'm going to make a move. I'm not rolling dice, I'm just picking a column to move. I can move a stack any direction except directly forward and back. So I can move diagonally forward, diagonally backwards. I can move laterally. I just can't go straight back and forth. And the distance that I can go is the height of the stack. So a stack of 1 piece can only go 1 space. A stack of 4 pieces could go as far as 4 spaces. I'm gonna move. The bear hasn't moved yet, so I'm not sure where my openings are going to be. I'm going to move this stack of 2. I'm going to move it 2 spaces. The bear rolls dice. The bear rolls dice equal to the number of chips in the stack that I moved. Even if I didn't move it as far as it could go, the chips determines how many dice the bear is going to roll. The bear rolls 2 dice because I moved a stack of 2. He gets a 4 and a 3. This means basically that he advances the 4 and the 3 1 space directly forward. If his pieces match mine, they cancel out, they go off the board. So I don't obviously want to get caught by the bear's pieces. My goal is to move my pieces off the top of the board. That's called the sky. So I want to get as many pieces as I can into the sky. The bear doesn't have a goal. The bear just is. But the game's over when my pieces have all left the board, either into the sky or into the pit, which is what happens when they meet the bear. Next move, I'm going to move. I see an opening on this diagonal, and so I'm going to move this stack of 2 pieces to here. Again, the bear rolls 2 dice because I moved a stack of 2. This time he rolls a 4, which is this column, that moves down, and a 6 is a blank. That's just a free pass for me, so I got a little lucky there. To move off the board into the sky, I have to start in the top row. I can't go there from farther back. So I'm going to move this piece to here and prepare to leave. That'll be 2 more dice for the bear. And that's 1 twice. So this stack of 4 goes once and twice down. Well, that opens up an exit for this. I'm going to move this stack of 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. Now I've moved into harm's way. If I roll a 2, I'm hurting myself, but I'm taking a chance to demonstrate what happens when I screw up. So I got a 1, a 2, and a 5. I do them in ascending order just in case it makes a difference. The 1 comes down to here. The 2 is going to land here. We'll deal with that in a second. And the 5 moves 1 space forward. When 2 stacks meet, matching pieces annihilate each other. So these 2 pieces of mine get thrown into the pit. They never come back. These 2 pieces go into a place called the cave. That's the bear's stash, and he can put more pieces on the board. I can't. All right, well that hurt, but I can still win. If I get 10 pieces off the top, it's still a win for me. I could move this off the top. This is in danger of getting munched, so I'm actually going to move this little 1 piece first and get it out of the way. And when I move only 1 piece, the bear rolls only 1 die. Bear rolled a 5. That means this stack comes forward by 1. I'm going to move these into the sky. So there's 2 pieces safe for me, and that's going to be 2 more dice for the bear to roll. That's a 3 and a 4. This guy feels like he needs to move. Look at this column of pieces I have. It's a stack of 4. It can go as many as 4. 1, 2, 3. That's as far as it can go. But I'll roll 4 dice for the bear. There are several other conditional movement rules for the bear. If the bear doesn't just have a single stack in the column represented, other things happen. So for example, If that stack is empty, like this 2, the bear goes to the cave and pulls out all the pieces up to 5 and puts them in the top space. That might result in an immediate attack if I have a piece sitting in that space. So that's the 2, this is the 3, this is the 4, and this is the 5. If pieces go off the bottom, they wind up on the ground, and then at the end of that turn, they are redistributed into the top like the starting setup, except when I roll a 6, it goes into the cave instead of being rolled again. And if somehow there are 2 stacks on the same column, like maybe I rained one up into here and this was still here, then when I roll that middle, that 3 column, only the top stack moves. It's going to move down until it rejoins the stack on the bottom, and then they'll all move as one. So sometimes I'll know that this stack can't move because there's something above it. All right, I want to get some pieces to safety. I'm going to move this stack of 2 because I'm afraid of rolling 4 dice right now. I'm going to move just 2. I roll the 3 and the 4. The 3 moves to here and the 4 goes off. Once I'm done moving all the pieces, I'm going to redistribute. I'm going to replace this 4 somewhere in the top row. And it landed on the 3, so it's here. There's that example I was talking about before. When I roll a 3 now, I'm going to move this top chip. I'm going to ignore this bottom stack until they're rejoined. All right, let's move these 2 pieces to safety. That's going to roll me 2 dice again for the bear. That is a 5, and that is another 5. And that means these 3 pieces are going to rain down into the top. 3, 2, and 3. 3, 2, and 3. Those are some hefty stacks. This 1 piece is going to try to get to safety. I roll a 6, which in this situation is a blank. 6 is only a reroll during setup. Otherwise, a 6 is a safety. So yeah, I'll move it off. 1 more die roll. That's a 2, and I'm going to advance column 2. I think that means it's time to try to get this 4 stack off the board. Moving a stack of 4 is always risky. It's not quite so bad now, unless I roll 2 1s. Okay, I rolled 1 1. Oh, and 2 blanks. That was very safe. So that is a 1. I rolled a 4. There's nothing in the 4 column, but there's also nothing in the cave, which means nothing can rain down on my stack, and I am safe. The 4 is going to go off the board, and let's see what happens now. Oh, 3, 2, 1, 5. Here's my 1. Here's my 2. Here's my 3. And there's nothing in the 5 column. Now I've dropped 4 pieces onto the ground. They're all going to come back at the top row. And that is a 5, a 6, and 2 3s. Boy, the 3 column is popular. Now to win this game, I'm going to have to get this lone chip off the top of the board. It's not impossible. I'm going to move here, which seems safe for the moment. The bear moves a 2. I'm going to move here, and the bear moves a 3. There's 3 stacks in this 3 column. I'm going to go to the very top one and move it forward. It's going to join with this. There is not actually a height limit. That could be a stack higher than 5. There was a height limit for when I populate the top row, but these are going to eventually consolidate into a stack of 7 if I keep rolling 3s. But I don't think it'll take that long for me to escape. That goes here. I roll a 3 again. This one moves forward by 1, and then I move out and I'm safe. There's no reason to roll dice. That's how you play El Oso. I'm going to play another game just so we can see some more action go on. So here's the quick snap for the random setup. All right, I set the board up for you to play as the player this time, and I'll be the bear. You've got a big stack of 5 in the center. You've got 3 on your 5. You've got 2 on your 1. I have got 4 chips on the 5, so watch out for that guy. So what would you like to do? Go ahead and just type it in. Let's see. Let's get this 3 out of the way of that 5. I'm not going to move it 3 spaces forward. I'm just going to move it 2 spaces forward. And roll 3 dice for it. The 6 is a blank. The 3 advances and the 4 advances by 1. And boy, I sure don't like that. Remember, you can make lateral moves. So just to keep this completely safe, I'm going to move it 1 space sideways, and that still rolls 3 bear dice. 2, 3, and 5. Now the stack of 3 has a shot. To the top row, another 3 dice. 2, 3, and 5 again. Now let's see. If I want to get out completely clean, let's say I'm trying to get out with all 12 pieces. I think I have to move this stack before it gets munched. So this stack of 5 is going to go here. That's going to roll 5 bear dice, and let's see what happens. 5s are nasty. Okay, so there's a 1. There's 3 4s and a 5. 1, 2, 3, and that happened, and that. So unfortunately, we are not going to get out 100% clean on this. Next move, this guy's in some jeopardy, so we're going to move it here and roll 5 dice again. Oh, this is getting a little bad. Let's see, 2, 2, 1, 5, 4. 1, 2, 2, 4, and 5. This happens. This is redistributed. Into the 2 column. Well, a victory is still 10 pieces. We can still win this game. We just can't win it with all 12. Safest thing to do first is probably to move this stack forward, just so that nothing runs into it right away. I got a 3 and a 1. All right, so column 3 is going to advance, column 1 is going to advance. I need to get some stuff out of the top row, but if I ever roll a 5, hell's raining down. I'm going to take these 3 off the board first, which means I'm rolling fewer dice. That is 2, 5, 4. Here's the 2. The 4 column, which is what I just emptied, those drop into there out of the cave. And then the 5 moves forward, falls on the ground, and 4 pieces are dropping out of the sky. 5, 2, 2, 1. I have been missed. And yes, the 5 can move off the board, giving me, oh my goodness, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5. So here's how the timing works. 3, this piece is on the ground. We don't deal with the ground until the end of the turn. 3, I'm looking to the cave for pieces. They're not there. So the second 2 3s wind up being blanks because the 3 is on the ground waiting to be repopulated. There's nothing in the cave, so this space doesn't get populated. And then the 4 and the 5. And then at the end, we're going to drop this somewhere back in 5. This piece is kind of messed up. It can't go diagonally forward, and it's not allowed to go directly forward. So it's going to go here, and I have to roll 2 dice as a result of that move. Now, you can also just pass. If you can't move any piece or it's too dangerous to move a piece, you want to see the bear roll more dice, you can pass. You have to designate the piece that passed because you're still deciding how many dice the bear rolls. And if this is all I have, it's got to be 2. I rolled a 1 and a 3. This 1 advances. There's nothing to put in the 3. Now I can move this 2 piece to here. And I rolled a 2. And again, the 3 is a blank. And then I can go home. So that's 10 pieces out and a win for the player. Congratulations. That was your first game. You did very well. Thanks for playing Also with me today. I hope you enjoy all the games at Crab Fragment Labs. I'm James Ernest, and I will see you at the table. Crab Fragment Labs is basically my personal playground. I started this up to do what I love doing, which is to make games, and honestly, I am sick of trying to sell them, so I'm giving them away for free. Almost everything at Crab Fragment Labs is completely free. Games, articles, short fiction, lectures, videos, everything I do, more or less, but I still have to pay rent in my life. And so if you would like to help out, if you like what I'm doing here at Crab Fragment, please join us on Patreon. Give us $5 a month, become a hermit crab, and help us support what we're doing at Crab Fragment Labs. Thanks so much, and I will see you at the table.